you. We have an incredible woman joining us today. I'm so excited to have her. She's an actress and producer who currently stars in CBS's hit legal drama, All Rise, and she will be our guest co-host the entire show. She made time for us. Give it up to my sister, Ryan Michelle Bethay. Ryan!
Yay!
Welcome to the show!
How are you? Thank you. I'm great. I'm so excited to be here. Thank you, ladies, for having me. You're such great hosts.
Thank you.
Well,
We're
we are
excited
so
to
thrilled to have you. Definitely. Now, Ryan, before we get started with Girl Chat, we got to ask you, Ryan, are you going to keep it 100 with us? 100?
Be careful what you wish for, because you just might get it. But yes.
Yes. I love it. Okay, well, let's get started then, okay? You know, oh, well, who could that be? Jeannie! Oh, Jeannie! Oh,
hello, gorgeous!
My Jeannie Beans, we miss you so much.
I actually really might cry.
Oh, good Jeannie. Jeannie, as everybody knows, been sick. Oh, yes. Miss you all so much. We miss you too, Jeannie. Look at her with cards. Go on, cards. Okay. We see that one. All right.
Wait, I'm like legit crying over here. Jeannie, what have you been doing during your recovery time? We miss you so much. I'm just happy to see your face.
Ooh, that's a lot.
What has she been doing? Adrian, your Feels Like Home concert.
Revived me.
Revived me. I'm trying to read your handwriting,
Lonnie,
girl.
I read your book 10 times. Oh, well, thank you, Jeannie. Okay, thank you. You know about me so much. You have not changed in sickness. Okay. Garcelle, I've been loving all your glam on the gram. And basically, I miss everybody like crazy. Oh, Jeannie, that's so sweet of you. Oh, we miss you so much. You know? Oh, your long-windedness. I didn't think I'd ever miss that.
Jeannie, do you know when you will be back in your chair to join us again, girl?
Wait.
Oh, God.
And I'm so thankful to have the real to keep me company every day. Oh, so she still watches us. Okay. Thank you for watching your show. Okay, that's good.
Thank you for watching your show. When are you coming back?
Thank you for
taking care of Jay. Oh, yes, he was on. He was fabulous.
Oh.
So,
he was
yes,
amazing.
He was.
And it was like getting to see a piece of you,
you
know? That was
P.S.
awesome.
Album Recession 2. That's his album. It drops tomorrow. Okay.
So
everybody, Jeezy's album. Lord, she is still
support,
man, girl. Okay.
I love it.
When is she coming back is the question.
I'm allowed to return to work next week and can't wait. Resting my body, so I'm ready.
Baby.
You are even long-winded in cards, Jeannie. Okay,
Girl,
you are long-winded in cards. That was 3 minutes. Oh my gosh, she's still going.
Oh my God.
Hold it down for me, real fam, because your Asian sensation is about to be back. Yes.
Bring it back. Yes.
That was the
We
best.
love you so
miss
much.
you.
I know you
We
were
love you.
resting
Keep
and you were
resting. Keep
taking
resting.
time. Thank you for doing
Thank you
this.
for your
I asked
sweet
you to
note.
do this because I know that the fans missed you. You look fabulous,
They
though,
really
so you
do.
keep resting, okay? Go get some more rest, Jeannie. I love you. We all love you. See you
Look at
next
her.
week.
Just
Beautiful.
skin popping and glowing.
See, that's what
Oh,
cute.
my
love you, Jeannie.
goodness. Oh.
Yo, what is wrong with me?
Oh my gosh.
So
We
sweet.
miss her.
I know.
Yeah.
I just saw her little face there, and I'm like, I miss you. And I think we're just so happy that she's doing better. Well,
Yeah.
I know who's not getting a lot of rest lately. It's teachers. They work so hard. Shout out to all the teachers out there. In fact, one third-grade teacher recently went viral after she got an earful from the angry mom of a boy named Anthony. The teacher had asked her students to color in the United States electoral map, which showed the final results of the presidential election. And while it's been determined that Joe Biden won decisively with 306 electoral votes, this MAGA mommy didn't agree. Take a look.
This answer, who won the election, should have been no. The answer was no nobody. That was the answer, nobody. Not Joe Biden, it was nobody. It should not just be told to my son.
I'm trying to understand. But ladies,
wow,
whose side are you on here? The teacher side, who was simply stating the facts that have been shown, or this mother side who feels very impassioned about no one winning?
Ryan, you a mama too with Garcia. What do you think?
Well, listen, frankly, again, shout out to all the teachers who are doing the best that they can. And teachers rely on regular news. They rely on NBC, CBS, ABC. We don't have Walter Cronkite anymore, but Google. Like it's a very simple search bar. And then later on in the clip, the mother is like, "Well, that's why you don't know what's going on, because you get your news from Google. You should get it from OAN." OAN is not like a regular news site. It's not a news channel. The teacher was really just trying basic, nonpartisan places to get her information. I mean, what happened to current events? Didn't we all do current events when we were in school
100%,
so that we would all discuss the events of the day from the regular news outlets and organizations? So I'm fully on the teacher side for doing her best to teach her students how to read and incorporate the actual news, like the real news. But we can't be relying on fake news, because that's why it's called fake, because it's not real.
Right, absolutely. I am on the kid side. The kid is getting a lesson of, filling out what actually happened. And for the mother to be so outraged, to call out the teacher, to call out the school, it's hard enough for teachers. It's hard enough for kids this day and age with everything taking, Zoom classes and all that stuff, that I think, if he really liked this teacher, now he's feeling like the teacher did something wrong because his mom doesn't agree. And why are we putting the kids into this? I mean, it is what it is. Joe Biden won, blue's blue, red's red. Everybody just stop, calm down is my take. I just think it's crazy.
If your president would just concede, we wouldn't be having these type of arguments. I don't know why he won't just go, you lost. Take that L, Donald, okay? If you want to run in 2024, go and run in 2024 like you think. But for right now, today, right now, you lost. So take the L and stop putting the country, because the minute if he would concede, we wouldn't have this. She's a follower.
That's right.
She's a supporter. I get
Preach,
that.
Lonnie.
But just concede and let the country, try to work on coming together more. Our babies shouldn't have to go through this. Teachers shouldn't have to go through this. And quite frankly, the mother shouldn't have to go through this either. So it's like all of this could be handled if it was handled at the top. That's it.
Okay.
Amen.
Better say that.
Amen. Yeah. I'm going to move on to another thing. Ladies, I want to get your opinion about this. So Cori Bush was just elected to be the first Missouri's first Black woman to represent the state in Congress, which is amazing. Now, Cori decided to show up to the member orientation in D.C. wearing a Breonna Taylor mask. However, some of Cori's Republican colleagues had no idea who Breonna Taylor was. Some even thought that that was Cori's name, Breonna. So Cori tweeted that she was hurt, but also glad that, that they will soon know Breonna Taylor's name. My thing is, where have these Congress people been? We've been shouting. We've been putting it on social media. We've been saying Breonna Taylor, Breonna Taylor. Where have they been? This tells me everything. These are the people who are putting laws into effect. And yet they don't even know what the current events are. They don't even know what the topics are. It shows you who they are and what they're focusing on. And I think it's really, really sad. What do you guys think?
This is the proof. This is the proof that we actually really do have an issue in this country. This proves that people only care about things that affect them. And in this case, it's about proximity. And it's about, if this doesn't affect you, then you don't know what it is. Just like you said, where are they? What have they been doing? They've been minding their business. And that's not okay when you are supposed to be helping this country. You have to actually be aware, and you have to mind the business of the other people that live in this country. And I think that's where they have majorly failed us, is that they're not concerned about the things that concern us as a community, and that is the problem.
Right.
Exactly. I remember I was in college, and a bunch, it was a little breakout room, and it just so happened that the 3 Black girls in the class were all sitting at the end of the table, and the TA was at the other end of the table. And one of us raised our hand to say something, and the teacher was like, called me Jackie, or Jackie me, something like that. And she said, "Oh, I don't know. You all look alike down there at the end."
Ooh.
And we just, and that was, however many years ago. And fast forward, and this young woman in Congress is going through the same exact thing that I went through. Now, look, that TA, she probably wasn't getting paid but $2 in a paperclip. So, we understood she's tired and all those, but at the same time, you still have to make excuses for people. But the buck stops with people that we elect. We elect these people, just like you said, to know who we are and to know our issues and to know what's important to us. And there are laws bearing Breonna Taylor's name going through Congress right now. So if you don't know who she is, how on earth are you going to understand the law that comes across your desk that you have to vote on? It's sad. It's really just sad, and for that, her introduction, I wish it had been different for her, because what an accomplishment.
Well said.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Definitely, And I also think, I want to say real quickly, it's a classic example of Black women being ignored. They know who Breonna Taylor is. They also know who Cori Bush is, because she was in the headlines as well as being historic. And I believe it's just a classic example of people trying to downgrade and ignore Black women. And we need more Cori Bushes, and we will continue to have more Cori Bushes put in the office so that we're all matter and that we're all represented, and that you will not be able to keep ignoring us.
Amen to that,
Drop the mic.
Lonnie. Okay.
Love girl
So this is a heartbreaking story. A South Dakota emergency room nurse named Jody During is bravely speaking out about her experience dealing with the current COVID surge. Jody tweeted that she has had patients who, even while they were dying, still don't believe that COVID is real. I mean, every day is like a horror movie, which never ends, is what she says. Jody recently spoke to CNN about her tweet. Let's take a look.
And the reason I tweeted what I did is it wasn't one particular patient. It's just a culmination of so many people. And their last dying words are, this can't be happening. It's not real. And when they should be spending time FaceTiming their families, they're filled with anger and hatred, and it just made me really sad the other night. And I just can't believe that those are going to be their last thoughts and words.
Ladies, what do you think about this? This is so sad. It's so sad, and I blame the government, but that's my opinion. What's your opinion?
Well, I want to give a shout out to all the doctors and nurses that have been getting us through this pandemic. They've been putting their own lives at risk. They've been risking their own, their families' lives. And so if we don't do anything in this country, we're worrying about Thanksgiving and a turkey. Think about the people that are actually putting their lives, at risk, and their families' lives at risk. If you don't do anything but wear a mask and just social distance, do it for them. But as far as these people, Garcelle, I don't understand. I mean, I feel bad for them because, like you said, the government, it starts from the top. If all we needed was for our leader to say, you guys, this is real. This is not a hoax. Right. It's real. But this wishy-washiness, and it gets in people's minds. The wishy-washiness, the Facebook, I blame Facebook too. I blame social media that allows this craziness, these stories and conspiracy theories, because we're messing with people's lives. And it's just so unfair for people. It really is.
I agree. You guys know that, what's that Regina Hall gift? Where her arms over her head and she's just like, that's what I feel
with Kevin
like
Hart.
Yes, that's what I feel like when I hear this kind of stuff. I just want to go like, what happened to the time when we all had a war effort and women wouldn't wear nylons? They'd, put paint on their legs and paint on a scene because everybody wanted to do their part for the war effort. Well, this is a war effort. And why are we not all doing our part for the war effort together as Americans? Like Rosie the Riveter, like what happened to that?
Because we're putting party before country. And that's
absolutely. We politicize it all.
And it's heartbreaking.
Very
People
heartbreaking.
are dying.
Exactly.
I mean, you even hear people as young as Jeremiah right now, the artist who is fighting for his life in the ICU, and you've got people sending out prayers, Chance the Rapper, so many people praying for him. This is very real. And again, I want to specifically talk to young people who believe that they can recover quickly from this. Oh, I'll get it, it'll be fine. He's a perfect example. You may not be fine, and we don't want to see people in these situations, so please take heed. This is serious. This is real. Now, Ryan, you are currently starring on the hit CBS legal drama All Rise. You play Rachel, a brilliant, high-profile litigation attorney. We actually want to take a look at you in action. Let's see.
Don't you dare.
Callan, get off your soapbox.
The video speaks for itself. Our client cannot get a fair hearing, at least not in this courtroom.
Okay, the last thing anyone wants is for Lola to make a decision in the same mind frame she had that night.
Judge Carmichael would never let her personal convictions...
How is our client supposed to feel like he got the fair trial he constitutionally deserves when the judge handling his case is all over the news yelling defund the police?
Lola wasn't protesting. I was there. I saw it.
If you thought she was right, why didn't you do anything to help her?
Are you kidding me right now?
Break it up! Everyone back to their corners.
You better.
This is so real. Now, Ryan, the show just came back for the second season. What can fans expect to see?
This year is the roller coaster on boosters. That's what they refer to the courtroom as, is like the roller coaster, right? And it's true. I mean, she's the character is it takes us all on this amazing ride of justice and righteousness and fighting for people, and she's fun and she's funny and she's sexy and she's great, and it's just all of this wrapped in a bow of black girl magic. If that makes any sense.
And you wear it well. You wear it well. Ryan, I have to ask you, does the show ever draw from real life or current events happening in the world in the storylines?
Yeah, that's actually one of the things I love about the show, because it really, truly takes place in Los Angeles. So big up to LA, yay. And it takes place in our judicial system. The DAs and the prosecutors and the judges and the clerks and the sheriffs and all of the people who really make that run. And this year they're definitely delving into everything that happened, around George Floyd and police brutality.
Great.
The marching in the streets, and Lola, of course, throws herself right in there, quite literally and figuratively. So what you saw in the clip was us sort of addressing all of that, and it all comes to a head. Yeah. So they pull it right from the headline.
I love that.
Wow, that's great. But what about the COVID, handling the COVID on set and the show? Will they be discussing the pandemic this season?
Yes. As a matter of fact, we were one of the first shows to actually do a COVID Zoom episode, right? And it was filmed. If I turn my camera around, you can see where it was filmed. My part was still right there. And so it was a little nerve-wracking, but we're now all into it. And what they did was so smart. They made it a COVID universe, right? So everybody has on masks. There's plexiglass everywhere. The extras, everyone has on a mask. And I was like, how smart and how brilliant is that of them to have placed this in a COVID universe? So when they're filming, you have on a mask and there's plexiglass, and you have a measure of safety, because everyone knows that COVID exists in our world too.
Yeah,
that is so great. Ryan, we're so happy for you and the success of the show. Everyone, make sure to watch Ryan on CBS All Rise Monday nights at 9, 8 Central.